Hello, everyone. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. On the other hand, I've been a little bit busy and a little bit hurt. Yes. As you can see behind me, we have a new background. It's a little bit cool, a little bit psychedelic as well. But I went through some pretty serious technical difficulties, and um, yeah, I had to reset everything. I had to re-download everything. Yeah, so I was been fighting this whole week with it, and then of course my car messed up. So I had to put that in the shop, and then I hurt my back. So I was mending my back. I actually like pulled my muscles. I didn't really like hurt it, but I pulled my muscles. So I'm back, and I'm hoping that we are going to have some more interesting moments because we are back to playing inside. So those that may join during the stream or in recording, I've been playing inside when it comes just to myself, and I've also been playing Mario Kart when my son, my oldest son, comes on, and we get on and stream together, through Discord and here in Twitch. But now we've found ourselves inside a blob. So my little character, Jimmy, he's a little 12-year-old boy running around this post-apocalyptic world where there's no backstory. I gave it one, but I don't know if it's going to be correct once we're ended. But now, in order to save ourselves, we have to join this blob here. And we're inside this. And this blob here needs to, well, we need to do that. And I was having a lot of problems doing that the last time I was here. I mean, I spent like 10 different tries before I had to, shut off the stream. Alright. Oh, someone's dangling that carrot. Look at them. Dangling. Oh, look at everybody in the background. There's all kinds of like Amish looking people in the background just looking at us like we're some kind of circus something. They're leading us into this circle here. There's something about this circle. And I don't like it. Because I'm sure that we're going to fall somewhere. That's going to open up and we're going to fall. So, see? Why didn't we start swimming? Well, we were supposed to be swimming, but we did not swim. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see it. It is pretty dark. But we are in some kind of cylinder now. That's dark. I don't think you guys can see it. Because I can't see it in what would be considered what you can see. Okay, so we are trying to take some of these cushions off. so we can fit through. All right. Before I made it to this point, I had gotten caught by a little siren, and she gave me the ability to breathe underwater. So I think that's why this blob creature can do the same, because it has the ability to do that. Can I do it on this? Yep, I can. Ah, there we go. Nice little grate. So I need to get this off there. Pull this grate off, because I think those people were spectating, thinking that they had captured me in here. So I'm gonna try to get through here. So let's go down first and investigate. I've been saying this throughout the game. You always want to investigate. And then since I had the ability to breathe underwater, I started investigating everywhere. So I don't think I should go up there. I think I first need to come down here, just to be sure. Just to make sure that there's no doors down here, no levers. I have found that there's different little side quests, if you will. I mean, they're more just like tasks, but you have to excuse me, you have to disconnect these electrical things. So okay, so I had to come up here. There's nothing that I needed to do there. And again, those that don't know about these type of games, these are like platform story games, but you cannot explore your surrounding areas. Like back there in that huge factory space, you can't go explore that. You just gotta forward or backward until you get caught in a dead end, and then you go the opposite way. So, and I hope you guys can hear me okay. I hear somewhat of an echo, but I think that's because it's coming out of my monitor. Knew I should have been more careful. I was just zooming through. Ooh, like that. And that's not good. I'm gonna lose limbs and heads and all kinds of stuff. Grab, catch yourself, grab, catch yourself, catch yourself, catch yourself. Oh wow, okay. So I guess I gotta gain some consciousness. I can't move. So it looks like the sun is doing something to the blob. I hadn't seen the sun this whole game. This is the first time where the sun is piercing through whatever it is up there. Clouds or nuclear fallout, ash, something. And that's the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of the game. Okay, I mean, all you people that did this, I mean, good job. The graphics was pretty on point. I could not hear the sound too much. There wasn't much music. Only when something major was going to happen, some kind of music came on. The story, there wasn't any. There wasn't any story. There was no backstory. There was no explanation. The gameplay itself was pretty smooth. You had a lot of control, for the most part. The Danish Film Institute. Our playtesters, our families and children, our friends in the industry. Special thanks to all of them. I had said that somehow there was a nuclear fallout and created a post-apocalyptic world that we just ventured through. And in this post-apocalyptic world, of course, there was different people that kind of took over, if you will. Those that were in masks, that were killing everybody. Those that were the scientists, in order to create what we just seen and other stuff. And then there was little Jimmy. I call him little Jimmy. He woke up in a field, probably because he was thrown from his room in a large explosion. And when he woke up, he noticed that his family was gone. And he knew that he had to try to make it to the other side of the state that he lived in, which was in Ohio. And he had to get to his grandmother's house, hoping that grandma and grandpa were still alive. So he had to roam from Dayton, Ohio, all the way to, I don't know, Toledo, Ohio. Why not? Those are the two places I know the most. And that's where he found all of his adventures and ended up becoming part of the experimental blob, only to find out that no matter where he went, he was alone. And then it ended. He turned into a blob, and then it ended. Well, I went through a pretty heavy week of stuff happening to just come back and do what? 16, about 15 minutes of gameplay for literally nothing. I think there's see, there he is. So I don't know if we're going to start again, and we can start again, but I don't know if this is now in a different point. I'm just going to go for a little bit to see if it's still, if we're doing the same thing again. But to the most, to the honest truth, there really wasn't much of anything. Okay, and then yeah, we'll come over here, and these people are gonna take off on that truck. So we start the game again. So I think that we're good. So the one thing I did notice also is that, as you can see right here in the menu, the game's called Inside. It's by a company called Playdead. It was made in 2016. I can resume back to the game. I can load, and if I'm doing this with you, I can go into the different chapters where it was very important. Now, here in this section here, right down there, I have to jump from this rooftop and land down there. And as soon as I do, those are pigs that have giant tapeworms coming out of them. And the first time we did the playthrough, my wife sent me a video of a bear with two ginormous tapeworms coming out of his butt. It was gross. Because I'm like, these guys have a good imagination, but no, it's not an imagination. These things are real. So, and then these pigs are then zombified, tapeworm filled swine. So as you can see, they're coming out of the ground there. And then I did forget that this was sun right here. But you see this here, and then you have to come over, try to get to certain places. You have to try to avoid not getting seen by, I would say, brain dead people. This little thing is fun for those of you that have not played it. It's like a suction cup for your head, and then there you can maneuver. If you look above, straight down there, you can maneuver that little zombie and make it do things for you. So then, like that, you don't die, but also you can do things where you can't reach because they're in one level and you're in another, or they're taller than you are, or stronger, or whatever. And you get to the point where you can actually manipulate a pretty good amount of them. I think I went up to 20 at one point. So the walkthrough was pretty good. You have to run away from dogs that will eat you. They're Doberman pinchers. I think that's how they designed them. Got to stay away from people. You, of course, here you dive down into the oceans, but then you have to be careful too because you have to get away from sirens. They have this bio genetically constructed child siren that if you don't keep her away from you, she will break into this pod here, and kill you. There's only one friendly one, and she's the one that you see. There's the little siren there, and you got to keep her away with the light. But there's one siren that actually captures you, and you think you're going to die, but she actually puts one of those suction cups on your chest, and then when it falls off, you can breathe underwater. This is where I found out I can do multiple zombies at once. You got to go through different levels to capture them, manipulate them, and help you get others because you need 20 of them to be on that platform. And 20 meaning 19 zombies plus you makes 20. Hello to the missus. And again, the graphics are very minimalistic, very, very basic. They're not overly drawn, not that much detail. It is all literally just shadows and lighting, some slight details here and there, but it's not like a very, very overly complicated game when it comes to the artwork, which is impressive to me because as an artist and graphic designer, that's very appealing because I'm not trying to look at everything. I just naturally can see it because it's there. As you can see here, you know that there's some kind of eerie atmosphere about this, but it's just very, very basic and laid out in a point that it's not that complicated. This section here is very difficult because you have to try to get across from here and then across even through here. Those are just test dummies. And as you're going through, you have, I'm not sure what it is. You can use your imagination on it because they do not explain it to you. You either have bombs that are falling way in the distance back there, or for some reason there's a machine back there that's doing like these shock waves. But these sonic booms happen that if you're not behind some kind of cover, it'll just disintegrate you, and then there's blood everywhere. And again, that in itself is very simplistic, but it looks gruesome. Then what I found as well is that as you start going through the game, the puzzles become a little bit more difficult. You have to try to attempt in getting from one stage to the other to be able to get to the next level. And then you have to try to remember how you did those because it incorporates those movements into the following level. Like here, you have to try to get on one to help you jump to the other, to help you jump to the other. And it's cool. You got to think about before you leap down, because again, this is a platform game, but some platform games, when you are able to get to an edge, like how Jimmy is here, you can use your joystick to look down and then the screen will kind of scroll a little bit so you can see where you're going. Not in this one. You get to those edges and you know that's the only way you can go because you can jump over that grid there. Gotta learn how to do this. You got to jump over that grid that's there, and you could keep walking forward, and you'll get to a dead end. So you got to come back, and then you realize, well, I got to go down, and you don't know what's down there. You don't know if it's water, and if there's a siren waiting for you, if there's a monster, or is it a long drop? You don't know. You just got to go. And again, here the puzzles. You got to remember what you did way, way back when you first meet a character or get to a certain level with a certain platform. You got to make sure you remember these things because you'll start using them as a group as you keep going. And I think that's what makes it fun because, again, the design work, the gameplay, everything is very simplistic, but it makes it very difficult if you don't pay attention. If you're just zooming through, you're zooming through. But you have to know what you're doing. This is the part here where I mentioned there's a little siren that puts a suction cup on the chest as she's pulling you further down. But by the time you get to this point here, we have little fishy friends. So our fish friends realize that now you're like them, you're fish. But you don't realize that until you hit the floor. Once you hit the floor, you realize, oh, wait, I can breathe on the water. It's pretty cool. So now you can use those powers to continue to different levels, and they start testing you to see if you can have the nerve to jump and if you can jump far enough, because you got to jump from that section where he's at there down to that hatch If that hatch is open, and then right where you see the red dots are at, it's the opening that goes into the tank where there's water. So you got to trust your instincts. This one here was the hardest one for me, yeah, as a puzzle, because, and I can say I feel free in saying all this stuff because this game's been out since 2016, so I'm not really doing spoilers unless you really haven't played. But even though I'm gonna tell you how I did it, you're still gonna have to do it yourself. But this here where he's standing at, there's one like a jetpacks. I think I'm gonna call them. You pull the lever up top, and then it flies up. And you had to have done those in other levels in the past. But at the same time, you have to try to find how you're going to get to the next level. Then you have to determine, why are you walking around in a place where you're on dry land, but the ceiling is the water. So you're going to have, my instinct was, I need to get up there. But if you're walking through this here, you can't climb up those cables because they're not in your path. Not even the big one that's right there by the, not that one that's thick one. That one's not even in your path. So you got to go around and you got to look and find another one of those jetpacks. You got to dislodge the jetpack, bring the jetpack up here, and then utilize the jetpack that's here in the floor to launch, to activate it, activate the second jetpack, put it on top of this one, and then this one here flies up while you're standing on both of them. This one here flies up, and then the second one, by the time this one reaches the peak, the second one activates, which then throws you up into the water. But you're going to have to figure that out. It's somewhere all in here. Again, utilizing the puzzles that you've been doing throughout. And then you end up here, which I thought was very weird, having all these floating upside down headless people. It's quite weird. So there's more, and you got to try to not move, or else if people see you, they will cut the water and kill you, and or whatever. You know, this here, See, I got to try to. This reminds me, and I wonder if they took it, inspiration from it, but this reminds me of the zombies from I Am Legend. I Am Legend. The movie with I Am Legend. Whenever the character of Will Smith goes in to try to find his dog into this building, because the dog had taken off after a deer, and he's telling him to stop, but the dog's just going. So when he goes into the building and starts looking for him, in one of those times he sees zombies doing this, and they're just in there. I mean, they're just breathing hard. So whenever you get to these people, you can control them. And when you stop, they do this around you. They just circle you. It's weird. But if you do the commands to lift, they'll lift you up, and then they'll throw you into like a high ledge, or to grab a high lever or push a button or something. So it becomes handy until they become trapped in a section where they can't get out of, and then you no longer have their help. Like here, once you get done with all the help, they're kind of stuck. Then you can't get any more. And then we're getting close to where it's decision time. Nobody's paying attention to you at this point. Before this, anybody that's seen you automatically try to kill you. And yeah, it wasn't fun. But now all of these scientists that are there, they don't care if you're there. But you have to find your way to get around them to see what they're looking at, because you just can't walk up to there and see it. You got to follow the maze and get to here. When you get to here, I mean, of course, you go naked, as you can see, because of the pressure of the water. But now you're stuck inside the tank that everybody was looking at. So you don't know what in the world this is. Is this going to be some kind of creature or some kind of beast or monster or siren or giant whatever? It's this. This is what it is. You enter the butthole of this, literally. And now you're no longer little Jimmy. Now you're Jimmy's family. Everybody's all there. Except for Grandma and Grandpa. No, they were there too. Everyone got captured and turned into this blob. So now you got to try to find how in the world you're going to get out of here, because you don't want to become the next experiment or the guinea pig or whatever it is that they were trying to do to you. And it becomes a little more difficult, because at least with just little Jimmy, you could climb on stuff or you can do certain things. As the blob, you're rolling through, you're running, you do have more strength, but you're a lot more awkward. And you got some pretty good puzzles. You got to try to solve. And for some reason, the workers are starting to help you. And there's nothing that explains why, except for the fascination of the scientist created this thing and it wants to get out. So we're going to help it get out. But why? Why release it into the world? Because as you know, us as humans, if we see something that's different than us, if it's something that doesn't fit the norm, it's not what society determines to be normal, we try to kill it or imprison it, suppress it, put it down. Kind of sounds familiar, doesn't it? A lot like how the leading men, well, not all, but the majority of men of this planet want to keep women down. Because why? Like, what are you afraid of? I've been asking myself that since yesterday. There was a few TikToks my wife and I seen, and I've been asking myself that. What are men afraid of? Why is it that women have to fight for equality, but men are already equal? Are you just afraid that they're going to be better than you? Are you afraid that they're going to make more money than you? I mean, what? I don't understand. Why is it that women have to fight for equality to be treated at the same level and respect as men? They should automatically have it. Your butt wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a woman. So I don't understand. I'm not saying that this blob is like women. I'm not saying that, but it does represent. It does, to me, talking about this now on why people are trying to help it now. Before it was just lab rats, but now they're trying to help it to get out. Why is it that certain people in this planet have to fight to just live? Because there's another group of people that's very small number of people want to just keep them down and imprisoned under them their own beliefs and what they call morals. This blob here in this game is super intelligent. It can solve puzzles. I mean, it's full of people. So I'm pretty sure it's one giant brain in there. So it knows what it's doing. But I'm sure that once it gets into the world and everybody starts seeing it, they won't understand it. So they're going to kill it. Because they automatically will think, well, this thing is horrifying, so it's going to try to kill us. What? I don't I don't understand humans sometimes. There are some humans out there that are great and humanitarians and they care about the planet and they care about other humans and they care about animals. You know, there's some out there like that. But the ones that actually have the majority of the power are the ones that make everything messed up. And I don't get it. I really don't. And this kind of serves a little bit on that. I don't know how I got on all this. But if you can see the shadows in the back of this blob of experimental people has now become a spectacle. Because when you try to get to this little cube here, jetpack, thinking that that's what's going to help you escape or open the next door ahead of you, you then realize that this disc is actually going to open up under you and you're going to get trapped somewhere. But all of these people are all sitting around, and instead of trying to understand and help this creature, they're sitting there for entertainment. And I see that a lot of in our society. There's a lot of people out there that will take to social media to say, oh, how awful things are for certain groups and we should do something. But then they sit back, just like these people, and spectate and not do anything, nothing at all. They will get offended for other groups, but they won't do anything to help it. I'm sure that there's people in this crowd here that is offended seeing this blob of humans, but they won't do anything to help it. And then at the very end, it finally finds its escape and it rolls down a giant mountain and it ends up on the shore of a lake or something or a beach. And that's where the game ends. It's weird. The game is weird. But I will say this, that I enjoyed it. It had its moments, but I'm talking about more moments of what in the world is going on kind of moments. I was not bored with the game. In fact, I liked it so much because then it starts right here again. But I liked it so much that I went out and I found another one. So right there next to Fortnite, right here, it's called Limbo. I'm not sure who made it as of yet, but this one here is another platform game. And I think that this one I'm going to let someone else play it. Someone else that's roaming around the back rooms. I think that they're going to play this one. and I hope that everybody can come back for that. I'm not going to stay on here too much longer because, like I said, I had hurt my back, so sitting in this chair is not doing me much good. But I wanted to get back on here to start my streams again, in hopes that everything continues to work the way it's supposed to. I might do over the weekend. I might do a couple of streams of just chatting. See if I can get some of you to join me on that. Maybe we can talk on what's going on in the world. Maybe we can get our opinions together and talk about why women are better than men. Isn't that a revelation? Talk about why all humans are all equal. That would be cool, right? I don't know. I don't know. We can talk about anything, and just I'll throw out some opinions and some thoughts and see what we can talk about. So for now, thank you very much. If you're seeing this now live on the stream, I thank you for stopping by. Greatly appreciate it. If you see this in a recording on YouTube, please subscribe, like, comment, follow me in my link tree. I would greatly appreciate that. Tell your friends, and I'm gonna try to start doing some clips too. I got to learn all this stuff. I find it easy to learn, but it just takes a little bit of time to get there. So it's a good learning curve, and I can do it. But I'm gonna start doing some clips, posting them on Facebook and TikTok and stuff like that. And hopefully, I can get some of you guys out here, and we can talk and play some games. I know that I'm looking for Doom. Matt here, who started following me, and thank you, Matt. Appreciate it if you're seeing this. Thanks again. But I'm looking for Doom because I'm not going to be able to play it on Switch, but I think I can play it on Xbox, which will be through my laptop. So that's going to be another way of doing these streams. And if you have any suggestions on any of the games, please let me know, and I'll look into see if I can get them, download them, and then play them. I can play video games, but I'm a novice. So my thing about this is you come through to see me die. I'm gonna continue to fall places and do things like I downloaded Fortnite here because my sons play Fortnite, and this is the Fortnite Battle Royale. I've never played. I actually no, I shouldn't say. I've played it once. Played it once when I went up to visit my sons, and holy crap, you guys are amazing. Though you guys that are playing these things, you guys are amazing because be able to keep control of what your character is doing, plus building, plus protecting yourself, plus running away from the border that's coming towards you so you can be the last man standing in the center of the island. Holy crap. You guys are amazing. So, in doing so, I think it's going to be fun. I think we're going to meet some new people there. I also do Minecraft. I'm not good at it either. Some of you guys out there are building universes. Holy jeez. No. So I do that. I do Mortal Kombat. I'm okay at Mortal Kombat, but I'm more of a button smasher, button masher. And sometimes I get really pissed when I'm playing the game because I'm like, you're not doing what I'm telling you to do. Push the button. Look, I'm pushing the button. No, I don't want to do it right now. See, right now I'm pushing the button. It does what I'm telling it to do, but But yeah, I'm gonna be doing the well, actually, somebody else. Keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out for that because there's gonna be different people playing, or yeah, different people playing different things. Horror games are going to be done by someone to be announced. Anything that is like Fortnite kind of, that is like battle royale or some kind of attack on character to character, Mortal Kombat, Fortnite. That's going to be done by a different person. If it's action games, uh, story action games, like for instance, Super Smash Brothers, Fortnite, Mortal Kombat, that's going to be one person. And then if it's like a Mario Deluxe or I don't know, Batman, well, not really like Gotham Knights and stuff like that. That's going to be a different character. When we go to Animal Crossing, something more tame or you know, down to earth, a little slower, where it's good for us to be talking and playing at the same time. That's going to be me. That's going to be me doing it. But I invited some friends to take over. Some actually demanded it harshly. Others accepted the invite. So I'm hoping you guys are going to be able to enjoy that. But keep looking out. I'm going to start announcing who's doing what soon. So yeah, it's going to be fun. And again, if there's games that you want me to play or check out, please let me know. I have the ability to get on Switch and to get on Xbox. Um, I might be getting, I don't know, might be getting a PlayStation 5. I don't know. Um, I gave the PlayStation 4 Batman Edition to my daughter because she needed one, so I gave it to her. Because I know that my sons they have the PlayStation 5. So I don't know. I don't know. It just depends on what happens. And of course, as my name says, I am Rednez, the gaming realtor, because during the day I do real estate. During the night, I do games. So if you have any questions in real estate, any questions they have to do with real estate in the times that we're in now, ask. Ask anything. I am a retired minister, so got any religion questions? Ask. Need any advice, any counseling, need an ear for you could just talk my ear off, then do that. If you just want to play games, again, suggest a game that we can all play, and let's get to it. Let's play it. So, all right. Well, I started chatting and doing all kinds of stuff, and I'm gonna throw in my intro for you out there to see, and then we're going to end because I didn't do that for some strange reason. I just went into it. I got excited because I'm back on again, and I'm kind of happy because I'm also going to be adding some Hot Wheel tracks over here. It's going to be pretty cool. I need to get a better camera because right now I'm using my laptop camera, and it's good as you can see. It's decent. But I've been getting advice from other streamers, and I've been researching as well. And I want to get at least three, no more than three, but I want to get at least three. Possibly keeping this one up if I can do that, and then adding three other webcams, so that you can see what's actually back here. Because this is um, cabinets here, and it holds some of my Batman collection. And I only collect cars, gadgets, and accessories. Accessories being like his suit, and gadgets, of course, the weapons and all that, and then Batmobiles. So I gotta light it up more. Um, right now it looks pretty cool, but I think I need to either. Well, you know what? Yeah, I need to leave these, but add more like white light so that you can see what's actually in there. And then when I have the other cameras, you can actually see all that. The rest of the room, I'm still in process of fixing and painting. Our house has been falling apart for quite some time, so I'm finally now able to start fixing it and getting it back to order. So I just can't shut up. I told you I was going to stop. It was like almost 15 minutes ago, and I'm still going. I'm just excited that I'm able to be back and do these streams again with you. Like I said, it's going to be a short one. My back's cramping up as it is, and but we'll see. Well, we will see. Again, thank you very much for joining me. If you're seeing it live or in recording, again, subscribe, follow, comment, like, all that good stuff. And I'm going to correct the schedule that I have up there because I'm going to do this Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then in the weekends, just off and on, I'm going to be doing just chatting and see what we can talk about. So spread the word, please. I greatly appreciate it. And hopefully, I will see you guys soon. My intro comes first and then the ending. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.